Pawn Stars is hands down one of the best shows of the History Channel, for a reason, and that reason is the thrill of haunting people that feel the tension between the customer and the Pawn Star, as they rise and lower the price of an item, and that's what keeps it interesting. Let's talk about times when the Pawn Stars hit mega jackpots with insane profit margins and deals that were super profitable to say the least, featuring Rick Harrison, Chumley, and Corey Harrison. So let's get straight into the video. These are 7 incredible jackpots on the Pawn Stars. But before we begin, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Also, don't forget to hit the bell icon so that you don't miss out on anything. Number 1. Dutch East India Trading Company. A woman went to the pawn shop to sell a 17th century ship bell. She didn't think it was valuable since she was going to sell it at a yard sale. Richard Harrison assumed that the bell could have been reproduction due to her having won it, and since it's kind of rare for somebody to just be carrying around a bell, especially that size. However, when expert came through, he was able to confirm that it was very special because it was coming from a shipwreck over 400 years ago. It was worth a small fortune of $15,000. Number 2. Edward Curtis. A woman came with a few photographs clicked by Edward that were produced on a copper sheet and covered with gelatin tissue. It produces an Antio print that can last for a long period of time. The woman only asked for $50 for them without knowing anything about the photographer. Richard decided to buy anyways because it seemed like it could be worth the price. After digging in a little bit of research, he later found out that the photo was worth a heck of a lot more money than he paid for them. They were able to flip these later and sold them for $2,000. They were able to multiply their original investment by 40 times. Number 3. Davey. He came to the pawn shop to offer a big purple gem that he claimed had been his family for generations. He claimed that the stone was real kunzite. Rick figured out that it had been discovered in the early 1900s and worth about $30,000 to $50,000 per carat. With the stone weighing over 320 carats, the two eventually agreed on a $6,500 price, which was a pretty good deal. Number 4. Medallion. A man who went to yard sales found a badge for about 75 cents. The only reason he bought it was because it looked incredibly pretty, at least to him. However, when he showed it to Rick, he saw potential in the badge and paid the man $6,000. An expert later confessed that it was a medallion, a badge of honor from the 16th century. Rick sold that beauty of a badge for $30,000 and managed to make a huge killing off the score. Number 5. Super Bowl 36 ring. This is the biggest ring made for a Super Bowl, at least at the time, in 2001. The entire teammates later pawned it for $2,600 because they were going to come back and collect it later, but they never came back. Rick ultimately became the owner of the ring, which was worth $30,000. What a jackpot! Number 6. Book of Mormon. A copy of the 5th edition of this book was brought in by a man who was curious about this version of the book. An expert came in and confirmed that the book was in fact worth $40,000. Rick ended up buying it for $24,000, even though the Mormon Church generally gives these books out for free. Number 7. Vic Flicks. Vic Flick is one of the most talented music producers of our time. He's been involved with many famous bands and songs. He walked into the pawn shop to sell his personal guitar that he played for popular musicians, and even made the theme songs for many of the James Bond films. An expert was called to evaluate the set price of the guitar for $55,000, given the history of the musician. This was certainly one of those times when Rick was unable to pass up, because there was no guarantee that it would still be properly tuned by the time anyone else got their hands on it. Well, that's it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, then let us know by giving it a thumbs up. We'll see you soon in another video. Until then, take care and goodbye.